Also hearing from the family of one of the victims who was actually murdered by Hamas in Israel during the music festival on October 7th. So let's have that conversation right now about Shira Elan, who was at the Supernova Music Festival, called her dad, heard rockets going off. Family didn't hear from her for days after that, later confirmed to be have been killed, and the confirmation coming from the Israel Defense Forces through DNA. So her sister, Adar Elan, is with us. So, boy, thank you very much, first of all, for coming on with this terrible story that your family is going through on the exact same day when another family so far away is receiving the news that hostages were set free. Tell us how you're feeling as you process all of this news, again, as you've had to do a lot here over the last 2 weeks.
First of all, thank you for having me. We're not having so good. We lost my sister. We still very devastated. We still didn't really process it because it's so unbelievable. How could it be that she just went to a party and was murdered in the middle of a forest? And also on top of that, we're in the middle of war. So we have sirens every few hours, every day, which is terrifying, and everybody's very stressed and depressed. So the situation in here is not so good.
I can imagine it couldn't be good. It really couldn't. And now you're, to your point, dealing with the here and now. So you probably haven't even had time to mourn your sister properly, right? I mean, you're worried about what's happening it looks like you're in Tel Aviv right now. You're worried about what's happening there, I'm sure.
Yeah, sadly, even during the Shiva, there was sirens all the time. We couldn't even respect her. And yeah, I'm in Tel Aviv, which is very stressful. Nobody's working, nobody's getting outside of the house. Oh. Nobody's the supermarkets, most of it are closed. It's just everybody's very depressed and very scared. And
oh, so sad. You know, the last point about your sister, I mean, I was just thinking about it because, again, we're talking about this family, some American families today that's receiving the news that their family members were found. What was it like for you? You didn't know right away what happened, right? I mean, there was a search. Did you think that maybe your sister had been taken hostage for some time? I mean, what was that time like for you and your family?
Yeah, actually, at the first day, we were managed to locate her phone in Gaza. And I also looked through all the list of the people who marked themselves safe. And I went to all the hospitals to see, to try to recognize anonymous bodies, and I couldn't find her anywhere. So we were sure that she was kidnapped, not dead, because for 5 days, we didn't get any information from the country. And we were sure that probably if she was dead, they would give us the message already. But apparently, because there were too many bodies, they didn't put them in the hospital anymore because there was no place. They just transfer them to the nearest army base next to the party. And also because there were a lot of terrorists to control for most of this part of Israel for 5 days. The army and the police, they couldn't get inside. They couldn't get the control over there. So it took them almost a week to get inside, to bring back the control over there. After this, there were just too many bodies, so it took them so much time to recognize her. And even after they recognized her and they gave us the message, it took them another 24 hours to bring her to Tel Aviv for us to bury her. The country was in complete chaos. The army and the police didn't have any control of the situation, and also there were just 1,300 dead bodies, and also 200 people who got kidnapped. So
I know, it's just such a sad story. Adar, thank you very much for coming on. We wish you the best in your current situation, and of course, our deepest condolences to you and your family for your loss as well. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
I want to get back.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.